Hey guys, today I'm turning your lunch dreams into reality, and I'm going to let my kids decide which lunch is the best. On this channel, I've made over 1,000 tasty, creative, and sometimes over-the-top lunches, but this time I have to make whatever my subscribers request. And personally, I love making your lunch ideas because that means I get to make recipes and different themes that I wouldn't normally get to make. Now, I already went through all of the emails you guys sent in. Now, all I have to do is narrow these ideas down to just the 4 I'm making in today's challenge. Now, friends, if you have a lunch idea you'd like to see me make first, make sure you're subscribed. Then all you have to do is comment your lunch idea in the comment section down below. And if your idea is chosen, I will make your lunch in a future video. Let's get started. We have Jonathan. All right, let's find out what type of lunch Jonathan requested. Okay, guys, so Jonathan requested a Pokemon Pokopia game themed lunch. And you guys, before I can make this lunch, I'm gonna have to find out exactly what Pokemon Pokopia is. Now, I did a little bit of research on what this new Pokemon game is all about. And basically, it's a very cozy life simulation meets sandbox style game. So basically, it's kind of like a mixture of Minecraft and Animal Crossing in one. In this game, you play as the Pokemon character Ditto, which is so cute. You rebuild your world, and unlike other Pokemon games, you don't catch Pokemon. Instead, you befriend Pokemon that you meet and teach them things along the way. So in honor of the Ditto character for the main course of this lunch, of course I'm making a Ditto sandwich. And for the filling, I'm using good old peanut butter. But for the jam, I decided to go with some grape because the original Ditto character is kind of a purple blob, and that definitely reminds me of grape jelly. Check it out, you guys. So simple, but so cute. In this game, you have different habitats. And for this lunch, the fruit and veggie would definitely come from the natural habitat. I'm going to be adding some berries, both strawberries and blueberries. And then I decided to go with some broccoli, which looks like little trees. And yes, I'm also adding some ranch. Next, I'm adding some building blocks. Although these ones are made of cheese, I was able to find 2 really cute Pokemon themed snacks. First, these were a little bit hard to find. These are Pokemon themed goldfish crackers. These are so cute. They come with a Pikachu shape and a Pokeball shaped cracker. Then I was also able to find some Pokemon themed fruit snacks. And then in this section, I decided to throw in some of these pizza flavored cashews. They don't really go in the game, but I needed something to put here, and I know my son likes these. But if you've played Pokopia and you know that pizza is involved somewhere, let me know. And then you guys, for an extra special sweet treat, I'm gonna turn these yellow bunny peeps into Pikachus. To do this, all I'm gonna do is use a black and red Food Writer pen. I'm gonna color in the little ears and then add the red cheeks. Now, technically in the game, all of the Pokemon characters are also Dittos, I believe, and so their faces do look a little bit different, but that's okay. And then last but not least, keeping with the purple Ditto theme, for the drink, I'm going to make a Pokopia punch. And this is just gonna be some grape juice mixed with some grape Olipop. Out of all of my kids, I definitely think my son Griffin would love this game, so he's gonna be the taste tester for this lunch.
Before, after.
I rate this lunch 4.5 out of 5, and my favorite part was the Ditto sandwich.
Moving on to our next lunch idea. Next up, we have Maddie. Yes, Maddie. Let's find out what Maddie wanted for lunch. Okay, guys, Maddie asked if I could make a Hannah Montana 20th anniversary lunch. Now, honestly, I'm not an expert when it comes to Hannah Montana. I was more of an iCarly fan myself, but my daughter Mackenzie is a Hannah Montana fan, and she was able to fill me in on all of the foodie details from the show. So for this lunch, I'm going to start with a sweet treat first. And friends, this sandwich is getting the best of both worlds because I'm going to use the brand new peanut butter Nutella spread. That's right, 2 great things in one. Now, as you can see, I decided to make this sandwich a star shape since Hannah Montana is a pop star. To make it look extra special, I'm going to use my sandwich stamp to add an H and an M to the top. And I'm going to use my Food Writer pens to color it in. This turned out so cute, and you know, even though Maddie asked for this lunch, I'm going to be giving it to my daughter Lily for her lunch today, and I know she's going to love this sandwich. Now moving on to the main course. I already cooked up some spaghetti, so now all I have to do is add the sauce, mix it all up, and then top it with cheese. I decided to go with spaghetti because my daughter showed me this scene right here where they are obviously enjoying some spaghetti. And yes, this spaghetti is getting a little Disney touch since Hannah Montana was on the Disney Channel. To go along with this, I wanted to add some kind of pizza, but I wanted this to be quick and easy, so I'm just using some bagel bites. But I'm going to dress them up a bit with some star-shaped mozzarella cheese. Now moving on to the fruit, I couldn't think of what type of fruit really goes with Hannah Montana, so I decided to just throw in some grapes. But I do want to make sure to save some room for some sweet niblets. And check it out, you guys. This is actually niblet corn. Now, I just seasoned this up with salt and pepper, and I'm going to add it right in here. Now, in addition to the corn, I'm also going to be adding some star-shaped carrots. And that is in honor of this scene where there is this really fun carrot costume. Now, I'm not sure if Hannah Montana loves ranch, but I know my daughter does, so I'm going to add some on the side. Then you guys, I have a very interesting snack that I'm going to add. I'm going to put together some cheese jerky. Now in the show, it looks like they're kind of building nachos, but instead of chips, they're using pieces of beef jerky. And then of course, they smother it in cheese. Let me know in the comments down below if you would try cheese jerky. Now you guys, I think this is a little bit too messy to add to a lunchbox, so instead, I'm just gonna add in some of the jerky, and instead of liquid cheese, I'm just gonna add in some string cheese. Now, I love the way this is looking so far, but I do have 2 more sweet treats to finish off this lunch. First, I'm going to add some mini chocolate chip muffins, and that's because of Hannah Montana's dad. And speaking of her dad, for our drink, I'm going to put together something that I've seen him make in the show, and it's called Loco Hot Cocoa. To make this, I'm going to start with some hot cocoa mix with the mini marshmallows. Of course, that part is important. I'll go ahead and add this to our mug, then I'll add in the boiling hot water. Once that's all mixed together, it's time for the loco or the crazy part, because you guys, according to my limited research, this hot cocoa is also getting topped with plenty of whipped cream, a very generous drizzle of chocolate sauce, a sprinkle of cinnamon, and extra mini marshmallows. You guys, the cinnamon on here smells so good. To keep this cocoa hot until lunchtime, I'm going to carefully pour it into my preheated thermos. And now for the taste tester.
Before? After?
I would give it 5 out of 5 stars. And my favorite part was the hot chocolate.
You mean the local hot cocoa?
Yeah.
Jacob. All right. I'm so excited to get a boy lunch. I hardly ever get boy lunch requests. So let me find Jacob's email. Okay, you guys, this is going to be super fun. Jacob requested a Taco Tuesday themed lunch. Now, friends, I think this is such a good idea for a lunch, especially for older kids that need more food for lunchtime. Plus, this is the perfect way to use leftovers. So right now, I do have some leftover already cooked ground beef that I'm gonna turn into our taco filling. To kind of bulk up our leftovers, I'm going to add some pinto beans, some of our favorite salsa, some taco seasoning, and some water. Now I'm gonna let this heat all the way through, and then what I like to do is go ahead and mash up those beans all together. So this is gonna kind of look like a Taco Bell taco filling. Definitely not traditional, but it is delicious. Plus, because this filling is a little bit on the saucier side, it's not just dry meat. That means when I add it to our preheated thermos, it's gonna stay hotter for longer. For these soft flour tortillas, these are street size, which makes them perfect for fitting into a lunchbox if you fold them like this. And now you guys, I'm gonna be packing a ton of different toppings for these tacos, starting with plenty of shredded cheese. Right next to that, I'm going to add some lettuce. Then for a delicious sauce, I'm combining sour cream, our favorite salsa, and a little bit of ranch. This really does make sort of a Taco Bell flavored sauce. This part is optional, but I'm going to garnish our sauce with a few slices of tomato. And then you guys, the last topping I'm going to add in here is some guacamole, which I'm definitely cheating here by using this already made one that I like to keep in the fridge. For the fruit, I'm adding 2 angry cuties. And to go along with those, I'm also adding some angry tomatoes. For a crunchy snack on the side, I'm also going to pack plenty of these bite-sized tortilla chips. And they're also going to be perfect for dipping in the sour cream sauce or the guacamole. Now, since this lunch is for a teenage boy, I decided to go with some mini chocolate chip cookies for the sweet treat. And you guys have to let me know in the comments down below, do you prefer a big, fat, chunky cookie, or would you rather have a miniature cookie that is easily poppable in your mouth? And then finally, for the drink, I decided to grab a blue prime drink. And yes, this is the hydration version, not the one with a ton of caffeine. I definitely don't think my teen boy is gonna need that today. The taste tester for this lunch is going to be my son Jackson.
Before? After?
Okay, what'd you think about this one?
I rate this lunch 4 out of 5 stars. And my favorite part was the taco meat. It did taste like Taco Bell.
Okay guys, what lunch are we making next? Sienna, okay. Okay guys, Sienna requested this a couple of weeks ago, so sorry that it's a little bit late. She asked if I could make an Alysa Liu favorites lunch. Now, this is a lunch I know my daughter Mackenzie will be super excited to try. She is a huge Alyssa fan. So for this lunch, I'm going to start by making a really fun sweet treat first. In honor of Alyssa, I'm going to make an ice skate shaped sandwich. And because this is a dessert sandwich, I'm going to use this really delicious cookies and cream spread. Then to make this extra cute, I'm going to use my little sandwich stamp on the top. And then then you guys, for the rest of the lunch, I definitely had some help. My daughter Mackenzie sent me this interview where Alyssa actually shared what some of her favorite foods are. And that includes the main course for this lunch. Alyssa says she loves spicy chicken fried rice. Now, I gave this a taste test myself and I think it is so delicious. I will go ahead and link the recipe in the description box below if you want to try it yourself. Next, moving on to the fruit. Again, my daughter Mackenzie really helped me out here. She said I should add pineapple and blackberries, and she told me I should arrange the fruit just like this. And of course, that is in honor of Alyssa's really fun, unique hairstyle. Next, for the fruit itself, I'm going to start by cutting some cucumbers, and then I'm going to go ahead and punch out the center to create rings. And what I'm really trying to do is create the Olympic rings. Then in this section of the lunchbox, I'm going to add a salad and place those rings on top. I'll just push them down so that they fit, and then for a little bit more color, I'll add some more carrots to either side. Oh yes, and I cannot forget the ranch. Now for some snacks on the side, Alyssa says she loves some cheese Ritz crackers. So I'm gonna add those right over here. And then one of the cereals that she really loves is Lucky Charms. But instead of adding the actual cereal to this lunch, I'm gonna go ahead and add this cereal bar. I'm just gonna cut it up so it can fit easier. And then you guys, just for fun, I'm going to take a chocolate gold coin and I'm just gonna stick a blue ribbon to the top. And the idea is that this looks like the Olympic gold medal that she won. And then I'm gonna finish this off with some Fiji water. Now, because my daughter Mackenzie helped so much to plan this lunch, she is going to be the official taste tester too.
Before? After?
I rate this 5 stars out of 5. And my favorite part was the spicy chicken fried rice. Surprisingly, I really like sriracha.
Okay friends, so out of all the lunches in this challenge, I would love to know in the comments down below, which one do you think was the winner? Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to send in your idea for a future video.